The ancient Stoic philosophers had a deep understanding of how to live a virtuous and fulfilling life. Their teachings resonate just as powerfully today as they did thousands of years ago. By following 11 key Stoic rules or principles, we can learn to conquer each day and make the most of the precious gift of life. As the opening quote powerfully states, "Enough is enough. How long will you allow the potential inside you to lie dormant? Do not allow another day to pass without being able to say, 'I gave it my all.'" We must shake off complacency, stop making excuses, and start living with purposeful intention. Rule 1. Start the day with resolve. The Stoics taught that we should begin each morning by taking a few moments to mentally prepare for the day ahead. As the quote instructs, before beginning each day, ask yourself how you would like to feel at the end of it. By setting an intention for how we want to approach the coming day, we arm ourselves with perspective and determination. The philosopher Seneca advised, "When a man wakes up after his slumber, he should go over in his mind the various employments to which he may have to apply his energies during the day." This practice of forethought and goal setting helps us enter each day's odyssey with a battle plan rather than aimlessly adrift. Rule 2. Practice self-discipline. One of the core principles of Stoicism is that we must cultivate strong self-discipline and willpower. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The quote reminds us, you will be tested by how well you can focus. Distractions will limit you. Stop selling yourself short. By marshaling our powers of concentration and mental toughness, we can overcome temptations, resist petty urges, and dedicate ourselves fully to our objectives for the day. As Epictetus taught, we must make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. While we may not control external circumstances, we can control our responses and efforts. Self-discipline allows us to be indistractable and give our highest resolve to each moment. Rule 3. Maintain perspective. The quote instructs us that today will be the day where external things will not get the better of you. You will choose strength over weakness, courage over cowardice, virtue over vice. The Stoics constantly reminded themselves not to be unduly rocked by the turbulence of daily life. Seneca wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt. Our troubles spring more often from fancy than from reality." By maintaining the right perspective and separating objective facts from negative interpretations, we become unflappable in the face of inevitable obstacles and frustrations that arise. As Marcus Aurelius said, we must bear in mind that the inner self is inviolable. Fear only thyself. Rule 4. Practice acceptance. While working hard to make each day a virtuous success, the Stoics also preach the importance of accepting what we cannot control. The man who knows where he is going will always win the race against the man who doesn't, states the opening quote. However, it continues with, "This is your fate." The task now is to extract the good from it. When faced with difficulties and setbacks outside our control, we must summon Epictetus' advice. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Rather than railing against events, we accept them, adapt, and make the most of each situation. Seneca said, "We are more often frightened than hurt," reinforcing that calmly accepting our fate, not agonizing over it, is the path of the sage. As the quote states, "No matter what they do to you, they cannot take away your ability to choose how you respond." We always retain the power to decide our reaction and outlook, regardless of external circumstances. Rule 5. Embrace life's challenges. The opening quote powerfully reminds us, without challenges, how would we get better? How could we ever discover the strength of which we are truly capable? If you are fighting through difficulties, it means a hero is being born. The Stoics viewed life's inevitable hardships as opportunities to build fortitude and moral fiber. As Seneca said, "Fire tests gold, adversity brave men. Struggles and obstacles test our mettle. It's how we respond and persevere that burnishes our character." Similarly, Marcus Aurelius counseled, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." By embracing challenges as catalysts for growth rather than obstructions, we stay driven and purpose-filled each day. As Nietzsche echoed the Stoic mindset, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." With this outlook, We charge into each day's difficulties, knowing we'll emerge wiser and more capable. Rule 6. Live with virtue. At the deepest core of Stoic philosophy is the tenet of living a life of impeccable virtue and integrity. The quote sums it up: "Today will be the day where external things will not get the better of you. You will choose strength over weakness, courage over cowardice, virtue over vice." For the Stoics, the highest good was the pursuit of virtue through reason and ethical acts aligning with nature in the service of humanity. As Epictetus taught, only the educated are free. By striving each day to embody the four cardinal virtues, wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation, we elevate and empower ourselves. Marcus Aurelius admonished, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Each new day presents a blank canvas on which to author an exemplary life of decency, restraint, and contribution. The Stoics asked not, "What must I do?" but "What does virtue require I do?" Rule 7. Be present. The opening quote contains a powerful directive. Time is fleeting. Postpone nothing. Stay present. Bring forth your best. Presence and mindfulness were ingrained Stoic practices to avoid living a distracted life devoid of purpose and intention. Seneca warned, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful." How many of us let hours and days idly slip away, squandering this most precious resource? Marcus Aurelius reminded constantly, "No idle issue, but to behave this very moment with tenderness, honor, and courage." By staying attuned to and seizing the present moment, we invest each day with meaning and integrity. Rule 8. Practice gratitude. The quote tells us, before beginning each day, to ask yourself how you would like to feel at the end of it. When we take time daily to reflect on the many sources of gratitude in our lives, it's easier to prime ourselves for the positive emotions we want to experience. Grateful people sleep better, have more positive outlooks, and build stronger personal and professional relationships. As Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Make a habit of starting and ending each day by meditating on all you have to be thankful for, from life's basic gifts to your individual circumstances. A daily gratitude practice fosters happiness and meaning. Rule 9. Treat others with dignity. Stoics believed we should see all humans as part of a universal community worthy of respect. The opening quote states, "The people you encounter may be difficult, but do not let them disrupt your serenity, kindness, and grace. We are much better when we work together." No matter how trying some people may be, the Stoics practiced responding with composure and empathy. Marcus Aurelius advised, "When you run up against someone else's rudeness, step back from the situation and don't make it worse." He also said, "Human beings are bees of the same smudge hive mind. Tolerate, then you'll live longer." By reacting to others' faults and follies with magnanimity rather than anger, we elevate ourselves while promoting harmony. Rule 10. Prioritize reason over emotions. The central Stoic principle is that we must strive each day to prioritize logic and reason over rash emotions like fear, anxiety, anger, and envy. As the quote states, "Just focus on today. Handle what is in front of you, and watch your anxiety dissipate. Tomorrow's troubles are not yet your concern." Epictetus said, "Being constantly troubled sets a bad example for others." When we let our emotions run rampant and worry needlessly about future uncertainties, we induce stress, spread negativity, and undermine our ability to solve problems. The Stoics were not advocating for suppressing all emotions, as they saw value in positive feelings like joy, gratitude, and even some negative ones like disappointment that serve as catalysts for growth. However, they urged mastering our emotional reactivity through logic and objectivity. As Marcus Aurelius stated, "How unfortunate it is for the soul to be ever led by the passions in this brief life we have, to be corrupted and diverted from its purpose, tricked from following what nature intends." By letting reason rule our responses to life's ups and downs, we make wiser choices with a longer-term outlook. Rule 11. Live each day with purpose. Perhaps the overarching Stoic principle for how to conquer each day is to imbue it with purpose effort, and intention. As the opening quote forcefully states, "Life is but the flicker of a light in an eternity of darkness. Use it up while you still can. Be extraordinary." The Stoics saw life as precious and finite, to be cherished by striving to reach our highest potentials and ideals each day we're given. In Seneca's words, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." It's not about prolonging mere existence, but about filling each day with honor, growth, and meaning. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself constantly, "What is not good for the swarm is not good for the bee." The Stoic ideal was to live and act in service of something greater than the self, our families, communities, and humanity as a whole. Each dawn offered a new opportunity to positively impact the world. Epictetus probably summarized the Stoic philosophy on conquering each day best. "No, there are two rules for life. The first, there is no happiness without virtue, and no virtue without reason. The second, stick fast always to the realities, to nature's aims, and to the present issue." Conclusion. The timeless wisdom of the ancient Stoic philosophers provides us a powerful framework for how to conquer each day with excellence. By adopting the 11 key principles they espoused, rising with intention, practicing self-discipline, maintaining perspective, accepting life's vagaries, embracing challenges, living with virtue, being present, expressing gratitude, respecting others, ruling ourselves by reason, and imbuing each day with purposeful effort, we elevate our lives to their highest possibilities. As the opening quote concludes, "Today will be the day when external things will not get the better of you. You will choose strength over weakness, courage over cowardice, virtue over vice." What more could any of us ask than to make that affirmation real through our actions, every single day? The Stoics embodied the ideal of memento mori, remaining mindful that we are mortal and that our days are limited. In that light, we must treasure each new dawn as a gift to be utilized fully through diligence, wisdom, and ethical living. As Marcus Aurelius said, "At day's first light have in readiness the impression which should prejudice you against sin." While some may view Stoic philosophy as too rigid or pessimistic, in truth, it is a supremely affirmative and empowering way of being. By following Stoic precepts, we shape each day proactively rather than being passively shaped by it. We treat each present moment as sacred and fill our short lives with expansive meaning. As Seneca poetically expressed, "True happiness is to trample underfoot all the vain pleasures from which most mortals mistakenly expect to find happiness, and to hold cheap all the solicitous possessions by which the crowd lets itself be mocked." The Stoics rejected chasing empty gratifications and materialistic pursuits in favor of cultivating an invincible internal valor, continence, and sagacity. In essence, the Stoics were philosophers of action. Their axioms and aphorisms were not about navel-gazing, but about activating the supremely human capacities for rationality, resilience, and moral fortitude in our daily lives. As Epictetus summarized, the key was to bear me well in what I must bear and rest contented. So let us embrace the 11 Stoic rules and aim to conquer each new day armed with purposeful intention, acceptance of what we can't control, diligent effort despite challenges, wholehearted presence, ethical integrity, and dedication to impacting our world positively. As the opening quote exhorts, "Time is fleeting, postpone nothing. Stay present, bring forth your best." The Stoics would have it no other way. To shape your destiny by mastering your mind and making the best use of your circumstances. Watch the next video on 13 ways to shape your destiny the Stoic way. Till the next video, stay curious and stay happy.